Hey, I'm Sandeep, your go-to business and career coach, helping professionals like you grow faster, switch smarter, and lead with purpose. If you're ready to turn your potential into results, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Today, we're diving into one of the most common and important career questions. When is the right time to change jobs? A friend of mine, let's call him Rohit, recently faced this dilemma. He worked in a senior IT role for 8 years at the same company. After he was laid off, he started interviewing again. And suddenly, he found interviewers asking him, "Why did you stay at one company for 8 years in the same function?" What used to be considered loyalty and stability now felt like a disadvantage. That got me thinking, when did long tenures become red flags? Are we now expected to switch every couple of years to seem ambitious? Let's unpack what's really going on here. And more importantly, how to know when it's time for you to move on. Post-COVID, companies changed how they evaluate people. Remote work, automation, and digital tools revealed something. Some roles didn't need as much manpower. Some people weren't contributing as much as assumed. Suddenly, companies realized inefficiencies. They noticed people who could disappear for days, and the work wouldn't stop. In that shift, long-tenured employees started being seen differently, not always as experts, sometimes as people who were stuck in one way of working. Now, if you stay at one company for 8, 10, 15 years, a few questions come up. Are your skills up to date? Will you be able to adapt to a new culture? Are you bringing fresh thinking or just trying to replicate your old environment? And if you weren't promoted for a long time, was it because of loyalty or because of limited capability? These are harsh questions. And in most interviews, they don't get clear answers. So the default safer bet is often to choose someone with more recent, diverse experience. Let's look at it from another angle. Compare two professionals who started in 2015. One stays in the same company for 8 years. They get an average of 8% raise annually. By 2023, their salary may have gone from 6 LPA to around 11 to 12 LPA. The other changes jobs every 3 years. Each switch gives them a 25 to 30% jump. They also earn 8 to 10% hikes in between. By 2023, they could be earning 18 to 20 LPA. You can't ignore that difference. So what's the sweet spot? In my experience, the right time to evaluate your job is between 3 to 5 years. Year 1, you learn the role, tools, processes, team dynamics. Year 2 to 3, you master the job, deliver results, take initiative, start getting noticed. Year 4 to 5, you ask yourself key questions. Am I still learning at the same pace? Do I feel excited and challenged? Are new responsibilities and opportunities coming my way? Is my compensation still aligned with my market value? If the answer is yes, then you're in the right place. Stay, grow, contribute. But if the answer is no, then it's time to start thinking. Because after 5 to 6 years, something dangerous can happen. You get too comfortable. The job gets easier. You stop stretching. And before you know it, you're stuck. Not because you couldn't grow, but because you didn't move. Now let me share something from my coaching experience. After I transitioned into full-time career coaching, I began working closely with professionals from diverse fields, especially in tech and IT. And I started noticing a clear pattern. Many of my clients came to me feeling stuck, not because their job was terrible, but because they had stayed too long in one role without questioning whether it was still serving their growth. One of my early mentees, Amit, name changed, had been with the same company for 6 years. He hadn't updated his LinkedIn, hadn't interviewed anywhere else, and wasn't sure of his market value. When we worked together, we mapped his skills, rebranded his professional story, and started reaching out strategically. Within 4 months, he got an offer with a 42% hike and moved into a more dynamic role that better matched his aspirations. That's the power of intentional career reflection. So, no, I'm not saying switch jobs every few years. I'm saying don't stop evaluating. Don't stop asking tough questions. There are valid reasons to stay longer. If your role is evolving, if you're handling new teams, new markets, new challenges, if you're getting visible growth inside the same organization, then you're still evolving. For example, I know someone at Google who spent 5 years there, but in 3 completely different teams. Google Ads, Google Search, and now YouTube. Same company, but 3 different roles, products, and challenges. That kind of diversity keeps your skills fresh and your value high. Some of the most successful leaders stayed in one company for decades because their roles kept changing. Nandan Nilekani at Infosys, Sundar Pichai at Google, Arundhati Bhattacharya at SBI. She spent 40 years there before moving to Salesforce. What matters is, did your responsibilities grow? Did you evolve? So what should you do? Ask yourself these 5 questions every year after your 3rd year in a role. Has my role progressed toward where I wanted to be? Are my ideas and skills valued and implemented? Do I have mentors or advocates who challenge and support me? Is the company itself growing and creating new opportunities? Am I being given more responsibility year after year? If all 5 are a yes, stay, you're thriving. If even 1 or 2 are a no, that's a yellow flag. Start planning. Start talking to mentors. Start preparing for your next move. Because it's not about being hasty. It's about not being too late. The world has shifted. The job market has shifted. Companies evaluate people who stay too long the same way they view those who switch too often. Your goal is to stay in that sweet spot of relevance, learning, and growth. So ask the right questions. Take care of your journey and make every year in your career count. And as always, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I'm Sandeep, your career and business coach. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep learning, keep growing. If today's video gave you clarity or sparked a shift, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe for more career and business breakthroughs. And hey, drop your questions in the comments. I'm here to help you grow, one smart move at a time.